All right, so now we're gonna try season 2, episode 2. Um, saw some different comments and everything about it, and I think I kind of agree with some of them, just because it does seem rushed. Um, but it's not a bad thing. It is just rushed. So one of the things I had to think about today was thinking about what would it be like if we tried to make the whole book into a series, or at least into a season. And I don't know if you could get it into 20 episodes, maybe. There's so much that happens just in this one episode, and so many different little things in a book, so many little things about um, like Claire meeting um, Mary Hawkins, and how she meets Mary because she gets drug into singing. And we see Mary stutters a little bit, but I don't think Katrina Balfe was much on the way of having to do any singing. And there's just so much that goes into this book, especially in these chapters and everything. I don't think you could ever get it all in. And even you look at the first book and Outlander, and then in the series, there's still just a ton to get in there. There's just a ton of stuff to try and put in. So on to just some basic stuff. I liked Master Raymond. Not exactly how I pictured him or his shop, but really pretty close. I pictured a lot more light and windows in the shop, not so dark and everything, but that's okay. I would have liked to have seen the scene where they end up kind of like hiding away from who ends up from the lady who ends up becoming a big part in Voyager. I don't want to give away a spoiler, although I could. And so you don't want to give that away. You don't want to give away other things, but it would have been nice to have seen those two, like where they go behind the counter and into like a little basement kind of area, and they see his skulls and all that kind of stuff. But we didn't see that, so that's okay. The Some of the obvious things though, like the red dress, that was pretty close to what I thought the red dress was going to be like. Uh, the King Louis, I don't know if you want to call her a concubine or his lover or whatever you want to call her. That dress was, just the detail and everything. The dress was really nice. But yeah, come on. I mean, everything was hanging out, and I saw stuff where people talk about how the actress had to get her, actually did have to get her nipples pierced. I don't know, but I thought the way they did that and everything was really just about like I thought it would have been. But I think I seem to remember in the book that it said there was like a sheer panel over it, that everything wasn't just hanging out there, like it was. But either way, still a great dress and everything. And there's so many different things that happens there, like the way Claire finds out about John Randall, or Blackjack Randall actually still being alive. I would have liked to have seen that happen more the way it did. I think it was supposed to be in the book in DIA. It was more like the next day, when it was the next day, or actually even a few days later, where uh, they're at the gardens or something like that. But from what I've seen and some other little clips and everything, I don't know what's going to happen. But somehow or another, I think it's going to come out. They're going to kind of work it out, I think, the right way. Uh, but all in all, I did like the episode. I wasn't disappointed. There were supposed to be a little bit more, I don't know, sensuality. The whole thing about the whole thing about Claire getting her legs waxed, and she was supposed to just have her legs and her underarms waxed, and then Jamie was supposed to have come back from the brothel, and they were talking about a big sausage and all that kind of stuff, and then Claire, they were both sitting there. Jamie was getting washed up because she smells like the brothel, all this kind of stuff, and then Claire takes off her shift and everything, is standing there naked, and Jamie looks at the fact that she doesn't have any hair in her underarms and talks about how what have you done? And then she's like, oh, I did my legs too. And he goes, your legs too? And she says, well, yeah, but, um, uh, was it, Madame Turek, or who, I can't remember the lady's name. Um, but how she even shaved down there, and Jamie talks about how even her honeypot, and so I mean the way they did it was okay. I think that's fine, because I also like how they're trying to show that he's still trying to get over Blackjack, and so they have to do it in a better way. In the book, it talks about him having all kinds of nightmares and waking up in the middle of the night, and Claire waking up to see him standing in the window, and stuff like that. So it's okay. I know you can't do everything that you can in the book, because in books you can come up with all kinds of scenes and everything in your mind. So they both stand separate, but they both have their own merits. And the show is the show. It's going to be different, and if nothing else, at least it has the essential themes is going through it. Because remember, about halfway through the book, everything changes anyways. So it is going to be interesting to see how they go about it. I've seen some people talk about how they don't like the prince, the Bonnie Prince Charlie. Well, we're not supposed to like him. He wasn't considered a very likable person, anyways, and kind of a little stuck-up, pompous jerk. He's supposed to be about Jamie's age, but this actor seemed to be a little bit older. But it also could be, the way they're dressed, which actually is even then okay, because back in those days, someone could be in their 20s and easily look like they're in their late 30s or 40s just because of their health. And even being rich, they didn't always eat all that well. So anyway, all in all, I liked it. I liked the way things were presented and everything. I look forward to next week and seeing what happens then. Talk to you later. Bye.